And there's a huge misconception, which not all banks needed that TARP. You know, and not all banks would have failed. And when I hear a lot of policymakers and regulators, that one assumption drives so much the anger that they all would have failed. I can tell you a lot of banks were stabilizers in this problem. JP Morgan bought Bear Stearns because the United States government asked us to. We bought WAMU because we wanted to. Wells Fargo bought Wachovia. HSBC was strong. And I go bank after bank who was a stabilizing force, trying to make up for the fact that there were other failures. And so we lumped everyone together, and I think this is a terrible thing to do. I don't lump all media together. There's good and there's bad. There's irresponsible and ignorant, and there's really smart media. Well, not all bankers are the same. And I just think this constant refrain, bankers, 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 it just doesn't, it's really an unproductive and unfair way of treating people. And I just think people should stop doing that. I think it denigrates everything. Not all companies are the same, not all CEOs are the same, not all media is the same. And so we try to do the best we can every day.
Larry Summers on my program said, financial industry fought this reform tooth and nail. They spend $1 million on each congressman, 4 lobbyists for every congressman. Is this financial reform going to change things?
You know, I love Larry, a ridiculous statement, okay? First of all, it's a free, I remind these people all the time that in a democracy, you have the right to petition your government. It's in the #1 amendment in the U.S. Bill of Rights. Most of that lobbyists by our own people. When I go to Washington, it counts as lobbying time, and we have to add it up and, you know, whatever, how would they calculate and stuff like that. We didn't fight financial reform, okay? We wanted resolution authority. We thought there should be oversight committees. We thought derivatives should go to clearinghouses. We thought there should be better consumer protection. We fought the parts of the reform we thought were irrational. That's all. You know, it's not like you were for or against reform. We completely acknowledge the need for massive reform after what happened. Totally, absolutely. But, you know, some of the stuff that got done was just not rational. So, you know, for us to say we're supposed to just bend down and accept it because we're a bank, that's not fair. So, and Larry knows the detail, too. He knows that some of these things, matter of fact, he didn't support all the reform. If he was to stand up here, he'd agree with me that, yeah, there were a lot of things that had nothing to do with him. It was just, you know, people in Congress coming up with their own ideas and would make sense.
All right. Jamie Dimon's proposed resolution authority, for those of you who didn't catch it, is the MDBBDB, minimally damaging bankruptcy for big, dumb banks. Somehow I feel, Jamie, you're a great banker, but you haven't come up with a good acronym for legislation.